Welcome back to Afrosport now in focus, and it's caused a stir in the last 24 hours that Super Eagles been stranded in Libya when they ought to be playing a match against the Mediterranean Knights. And of course, lots of reactions from both football federations, CAF as well. We understand that they have already addressed the situation, identified it as a serious case. And of course, you see the statement shortly on your screen. They say they've been in contact with both authorities after they were informed by Nigeria's federation, and their technical team were stranded in disturbing conditions for several hours at an airport that they were allegedly instructed to land by the Libyan authorities. And surely now we'll also see, of course, continuation to the statement which says the matter has been referred to the CAF Disciplinary Board for investigation, and appropriate action will be taken against those who violated CAF statutes and regulations. And since then, the development has been a delisting of the fixture in all, and consequence to it, we'll expect more to hear from CAF, of course. But we've got reaction to the last 24 hours. 20 hours in those 24 was quite crucial to the safety of the Super Eagles, as it were. And we have a former Super Eagles goalkeeper, Dele Aiyenugba, who, of course, also played for Enyimba, won the CAF Champions League back in the day with them. Great to have you on the show, Dele, on Afrosport now in focus.
Thank you for having me.
Yes.
Thank you for having me.
And of course, yeah, the whole world, it's a global issue. It's not just national or intercontinental. It's not continental as it is. What's your reaction to, everything that's happened in the last 24 hours?
I think this is not the first time the North Africa will be doing this kind of thing because they are used to it, and CAF don't do anything about it all this while.
Mm.
So they keep doing it and get away with it.
Okay, so you had 17 caps for the national team. You saw pictures of the players and how they were in distress. What does this do to the players,
Yeah.
particularly? How does it affect them going forward? I mean, we even saw, one of the players suggesting that, look, if you want to play for an African side, you've got to have a tough spirit.
Yeah, you're right. But the thing is that many of them don't grow up in Nigeria. Many of the players come from Europe, so the mentality is different. So no player we can cope with that kind of situation. You understand? The stress, the mental, everything is involved. They are not they did not rest. So you can't play like that. You can't play football like that.
Mm. Well, I understand you have a peculiar experience, when it comes to things like this, events like this. You were a part of it one time in the past. You're going to recount that for us. But what is the difference for you now? I mean, there's been a lot of media reaction, and that has, led to
Yeah.
swift response from all parties involved. So, what's the difference between your time and this time now in the fallout of the events you've seen?
You have a lot of social media that carry the news, but then we don't have like that. We don't have Facebook. We don't have Instagram. So it's only people that went to that game that knew what happened.
Mm.
But now everybody, all the world can see what happened.
Mm. Right. And well, of course, like I've said in the course of the show, we've seen that CAF has moved to delist the fixture. We understand that Libya, in spite of, all that had happened, were preparing to go ahead with the game. Of course, they trained, and now they were preparing to go ahead with the game. But CAF has moved to delist the fixture. What's your reaction to that? Do you think that's enough?
No, it's not enough. They need to punish them, take them to another venue, to me. Because if you can see the situation, they already have a plan. They come to Nigeria, NFF provides everything for them. They they opt it out and go on their own way because they've already planned that they're gonna do it in their country. So this is what happened.
Obviously, there are several political undertones when we consider teams coming all the way from North African countries into CAF tournaments. But what is
Hmm.
peculiar? Why is it such a difficult territory to play football for other players from other regions from Africa, especially as we've seen, the players in distress in the last 24 hours?
I think the North Africa do believe that they must win in their home. Most importantly, they must win, and they will do everything in their power to win. So this is their mentality, and that's why I always pray when we are playing championship league, champion league Africa, that we should go to North Africa first, and the return leg play in Nigeria.
All right, so like I said, and like of course, like you've experienced, it's not the first time that this has happened in history, even not just to Nigeria, but even to teams from other countries as well. I mean, we've
Yeah.
had scenarios not just in Libya as well, North African territories.
No.
Yours is way back in 2004, and we'd like to hear the story of that.
I, I think it was the final of Champions League, the first Champions League we lifted, and it was on the final. I think the game was stopped in second half because there was a lot of fights from the fans, from the players, because they were coming hard on us, and which we were going hard on them. They did not expect that we could go hard on them. So after we cleaned the trophy, everything was loose. Even also, we couldn't celebrate our victory. Also, now just take the trophy and fly, and all of us in the pitch try to fight it out. So I think before then we are used to them. We used to their ethic, their belief. We are used to it. So it was not a new thing for we player that day. We are ready for everything. So so this North Africa for even recently with Kwara United, they did Morocco team did the same thing.
Okay,
We were
Dele,
not
I would like to
giving.
check out with you. What's the mindset that you
Yeah.
had and your teammates back then had? Because like for instance, now the Eagles probably didn't know they were going to face any of these things they faced, but you say like you were
Yeah.
prepared for it. So what was the mindset? And then the lead up to traveling to Egypt at the time. What was the preparation like, even among the players in the ranks then?
I think then we were very prepared. I think from our chairman, Ayansi, I think he knew everything. Before then, when we go out from the first championship, Ayansi go out and seek for advice how to play this kind of mind game. So you need to play mind game with them. I remember normally when we go to any North Africa, we don't go to their hotel. We don't enter the bus they provided for us. They I have to make a provision for everything. We don't eat their food in the hotel. So from there, we've won their man game. So that was what happened. So we were always ready for them.
So when you landed in Egypt, when in Egypt did you even land at the time, and what was it like from there? Because you see the Nigerian players, there was a diversion in their flight where they were going to land, and they
Yeah.
eventually landed in an obscure environment as it was. So for you then, back then, playing for Enyimba, how was the flight process? How you landed, and what was the direction for the team even after they landed in Egyptian territory?
Oh, they were hostile to us in the airport. we are kind of delayed to go out from the airport to the hotel. So we knew that it's going to happen, seriously. So we take a lot of time. We sit down, we realize they were like, these guys are not even feeling it, you understand? So it's, the Super Eagles were not prepared for this. So it take them unaware. North Africa, like I said, they want to win all their game in their home. And they know that we have a player, we have great player, we are giant of Africa, so they want to play mind game with us.
You say you were prepared, Dele. I begin to wonder, how does this impact your preparation going into important games? For the Super Eagles, this one, if they picked up the victory, they would have, maybe we'll go on a break for this, but when we come back, you're going to tell me how this impacts your preparation, because it's a very, very critical point of conversation. Hey, welcome back to Afrosport Now in Focus. I'm still with Dele Aiyenugba, former Super Eagles goalkeeper, who is recounting his experience in North African territory when they had a crucial game playing for Enyimba. And now, Dele, one question I would like to ask you. I did mention I wanted to consider how, the preparation is being impacted by, some of the hostilities that comes with playing on such territories. Yeah, but I would like to ask also, in addition, uh, after claiming victory in this sort of a territory, for instance, if you picked up a win back in the day there, the CAF Champions League final, then, how was it like for you? The environment, for instance, the fans, you won, and how were you able to, contain the joy till you left Egypt at the time?
Oh yeah, it was difficult in that day because everywhere was Egypt. You understand? Everywhere, and once they believe they're gonna win the cup, they're gonna take the trophy, and it turn the other side, everything was loose. Everything.
Mm.
The players were fighting our player. The fans, some fans jumped into the pitch. So it was crazy that day until, and they have a policeman there, and nothing was happened. It was later, they later come in and send them away, and everything was okay.
Interesting.
But it was crazy that it was not easy.
And then, yeah, let's still stick with the initial question. The preparation is a very important aspect of football and, of course, sports in
Yeah.
general. And the mental side of it is quite crucial. Well, going into such territory as a player, how do you prepare mentally, or how was it like then for you entering into those kind of fixtures?
Yeah, I think we first met them in the first leg in the group stage. We lost 5-1. I could remember we lost 5-1. So from there, we knew that when we are going there again, we need to be super ready.
Mm.
So this what happened, and Nigeria, we don't carry last. So we give all everything to them. The funny thing is that they were not expecting us to come all out like that because North African player will come on you very hard. So we too were like going out on them, shouting on them on the pitch. Eh, so this is how we clean the day.
Mm. Well, we'll wait CAF's decision, and we'll see what kind of decision they make at the end of the day, whether it's a penalty for either of the teams, as Nigeria also had to forfeit a game. We'll see what pans out when they are done with their investigation. But very much we appreciate you here, Dele Aiyenugba, for making it onto the show to tell your story.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, you're welcome.